and talent management. His research cuts across different research fields involving strategic management, educational management, environmental sustainability, and tourism as well. So, Dr. Ianda, as it's very nice to have you here today. How are you doing?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Right.
Yeah, today I want to present about my presentation is focusing on talent management and organizational success because without talent, without human capital, without employees, without workers, there will be nothing like organizations. First of all, uh, I will be talking about talent management as a business factor, business success factor. Also, I will also talk about human intelligence and artificial intelligence. Which one? Which one is a critical business success factor? Which one, play a significant role in enhancing organizational effectiveness? When we say organizational effectiveness, we are talking about organizational performance, organizational operational efficiency, because organizational effectiveness is a broad term, comprising profitability, operational efficiency, customer satisfaction, and the rest of it. It's all about how well the organization is doing. So also I will talk about the strategies and the practices organization can adopt in, enhancing talent management. And the last point will be the future trend in HR and talent management. So these are the 4 points to be discussed in this today in this webinar. Okay, first of all, every organization exists within business environment, and business environment comprises internal business environment and external business environment. So talking of internal, if internal business environment is not, is not doing well, definitely the company will not be able to withstand the external environmental factors. What are the external environmental factors? These are the government, like government policies, government laws, technology, and the rest of it. So from this external environmental factor, we have opportunity. It can, it could be a source of opportunity. It could also be a source of threat to the organization. To be able to, you know, leverage the opportunity and do away with the threat or overcome the threat, there is need for strong internal business environment. Strong internal business environment. So, because when there is a strong internal business environment, the company will be able to leverage it to, get the opportunity. And when we talk of internal business environment, human capital is one of the elements, is one of the dimensions, is one of the factors of internal business environment. Every organization has two assets, tangible and intangible assets. So tangible assets such as the infrastructures, the machineries, and all the elements that you can see, you can touch in the company, such as infrastructure and the rest of it. But intangible asset or intangible resources, these are the most critical part of internal business environment, and they are very, very, important when it comes to organizational success. So human capital is the only resource, is only organizational resource that cannot be imitated. It it is the unique resource that cannot be adapted. According to resource-based theory, resource-based view, it says organization can, they can imitate technology, they can imitate infrastructure and so on, but it is only human capital that cannot be imitated. So this is the reason why human capital is very, very important. It is the most valuable asset of the organization. So a skilled workforce, that is a workforce with knowledge, skills, and ability and competencies will drive innovation, operational efficiency, and profitability. I used to say it in my classes that organizations are nothing without human being. Definitely. Okay. Let's say majority or most companies around the world, they are operating 5 days or 6 days, maybe from Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday. Let's say Sunday is free of operation. So if you go to any company, if you go to any educational institution, on Sunday, you will only see the infrastructure, the buildings, and other amenities provided by the organization because nobody will be there. So, and it's nothing. Organizational operation will cease, will stop when human being is not there. So this is establishing how important human being or human capital or talent is to the organizational success of effectiveness. Okay, next. When we talk of human capital as a competitive advantage, what is competitive advantage? It is a kind of advantage a company, it is a kind of hedge a company has over the competitors. For example, when it comes to a mobile industry, talking of mobile industry, look at it, you will see Apple, you will see Samsung, you will see Oppo and the rest of them. And talking of the operating system, OS, operating system of the mobiles, you can see that Apple has competitive advantage over the competitors because Apple has its own operating system, iOS. But talk of others like Samsung, Oppo and the rest of them, they did not have their own operating system until Huawei, had its own maybe 4 or 5 years ago when there was a kind of cold, you know, trade war between China and the US. So that forced the company to create its own operating system. Aside that, mobile, other company like Samsung, they are you know getting the operating system service from Android. That is, they subscribe to Android. So today, if Android withdraws its service, definitely all other company will suffer from it. That is why we can say emphatically that Apple has competitive advantage over the competitors because it has its own operating system. That is, and this could not be achieved without innovative workforce. It means that Apple, you know, entrenches, Apple, encourages and stimulates, innovation and creativity in its workforce. So this is establishing how human capital, even the AI people are talking about. I'm still coming to talk about human capital and AI, artificial intelligence. But you can see the technology. You see, technology is a tool. I consider technology as a tool or equipment to be used by a human being to make the work faster. That's all. They can never, replace human being. Okay, let's continue. Employees drive customer satisfaction. It also drives, you know, process improvement, and workforce also drives brand loyalty. So, example of, international success that is, uh, that is driven by human capital. Company success that is driven by human capital. See, Google success. This is based on there are many projects, put in place by Google. Google, introduced many projects. One of it is Google's Oxygen project. This one, this one encourages, leadership training. Like it will identify, key leadership traits that on which the training could be, organized in order to groom the leader, effective leader, and groom effective managers. So, and Google has made a lot of success in this because one of the reason why talents, remain in an organization is to have the opportunity of, leadership development. Oxygen project. So many Google's employees have gained, their professional development in this program. Another program is 20% time. This is a kind of, a practice at Google in which employees are given time to work on their passion, you know, their passion or the project they were passionate about, and Google has really recorded, substantial achievement in this. Example is Gmail. It is through 20% time project. Then another one is Google Map. So you can see. Then another one that make Google, succeed is cross-functional collaboration. There is cooperation between the organizational functions in the at Google. What is organizational functions? These are the functions like HRM, sales, marketing, operation, finance, IT, customer service, R&D, research and development. So these are the organizational functions that will ensure operational efficiency. If there is cross-functional collaboration, it means that the HR, the sales, the marketing, the finance, the IT, the customer service department, they are working collaboratively. I mean, they are working hand in hand. They are working together. So they are working collaboratively. So, and when this is, achieved, definitely is going to end up in operational efficiency and organizational performance. So this is also encouraged in at Google. Another thing that is also very important and even interesting one is flexible work arrangement. Flexible work arrangement. That is, they allow employees to work according to their based on their based on personal arrangement. For example, some employee might want to have hybrid working from home for certain days, for some days, or certain days, and working at office for some days or certain days. So a kind of flexibility, working a flexi work arrangement. So another factors that are introduced in Google is PECs. Is PECs. That is, there are many reward program. Oh, sorry. There are many programs. Okay, it's now moving. There are many programs introduced. Compensatory program introduced by Google. So these are the factors.
Dr. Yanda,
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. I think the slides are not moving. So can you just reshare the screen once again?
Okay. Is it moving now?
No. Yes, now it is moving. Can you make it?
Okay. I
Yes.
think
Now
let's
it is.
make it like this. Yeah, it's better this way.
Yes, sir.
Okay, as I was saying, these are the factors that contribute to Google success. Oxygen project, this is about leadership development. 20% time, this is about allowing employees to spend time on the project of their of their desire. Okay, cross-functional collaboration, these are the collaboration and cooperation between the department. And then flexible work arrangement and perks. So these are the factors that make Google succeed in its operations. Next, same thing also happened at Apple. So, and this is Apple's customer experience, excellence, and this are able to this achievement is able to the Apple is able to achieve this accomplishment because of three factors: comprehensive employee training through Apple University, personalized customer service through Genius Bar and consultation program, and then deep knowledge of product and user experience and training. So these are the three factors that enable Apple to achieve customer experience excellence. So now there are many companies like Google, like Apple. They are also successful because of talent management practices. And I will summarize all these practices, the practices that will enhance the talent management. I have already established that talent management is a critical business success factor. That is, without this factor, definitely there won't be any organizational success or effectiveness. So examples of companies that are successful because of human talent, because of human capital, are Netflix. We have already explained about Google and about Apple. Now Netflix. Netflix, enshrines talent center culture with flexible work policies and a perform-driven environment. I am coming to explain about culture in the subsequent, slides. Subsequently, I will explain about that. I will elaborate more on that. But we have 4 listed company here that have succeeded in their, that have achieved success because of human, talent, because of talent management. So another one is Salesforce. So now, what are the benefits of talent management? What are the benefits? We already know that, and it is something very simple. Even look at one of the advantages is competitive advantage. That is, a company will have hedge over the competitors. They will be leading. They will have high market share. They will be the leader in the market. They will have more. They will have high customer satisfaction. They will have low, labor turnover. When we say labor turnover, it means the rate at which employees leave an organization. So, because the opposite of labor attrition or labor turnover is talent management, retention. So, I'm coming to explain the effect of labor turnover or labor attrition and the effect of talent management. But what are the benefits? What are the benefit ROI, return on investment of talent management? Okay, one, higher retention rate and reduce hiring cost. In one of the reports I read, recently, in UAE, millions of millions of dirham, you know, were incurred, you know, due to labor turnover. I mean, companies are spending millions of dirham because of labor turnover. Why? Because when employees leave, they will need to recruit. So recruitment cost training cost, and even there are many other costs associated with these two main costs, then it is better. Even that money, talent management is less expensive, is less costly compared to labor turnover. That is what I'm trying to establish here. Another benefit of talent management is increased employee engagement, which will consequently, lead to high business performance. When we talk of business performance, we are talking of profits, high profitability. We are talking of customer satisfaction. We are also talking of employee satisfaction and a large market share. So these are and any time you hear about business performance, these are the main dimension and main element of business performance. Okay. Another benefit of talent management is that company with strong learning culture will experience 3 to 50% higher retention rate, saving, thousands of dirham in, that could be incurred through labor turnover, high labor turnover. So these are the benefits or ROI of investing in people. Now, let's compare it with turnover rate. So turnover rate in the UAE is approximately 20 to 25%, which leads to loss in or expenses in amounting to thousands of dirham. Then you look at US too, almost same. Turnover rate in the US is roughly 25%. And we say turnover rate is the rate at which employees are leaving one company to another. Okay, so between July and November 2022, more than 4 million Americans quit their job each month. That is each month: April, May, June, July. 4 million each. 4 million employees quit their job each month. Okay, now key factors driving employee turnover. What are the reasons? What are the predictors? What are the drivers of employee turnover or labor turnover? One, work-life balance. Yes. So if there is no flexi work arrangement, definitely, especially after the COVID-19 has gone, post COVID-19 period, people are really, looking out for flexi work arrangement. That is because they have already tested it during COVID-19. So post COVID-19, emphasize that companies should, give attention, adequate attention and due attention to flexi work arrangement. And talking of UAE experience, it is very, very important. The most important thing companies should, focus on or give attention to is accomplishment of task, accomplishment, achievement. It's not about the amount of time you spend at work. It's not about being, physically at work or working remotely. The most important thing is accomplishment of task, achievement of goals, and achievement of work objectives. Once these are done, then whatever associated with it are not that important. That is, being physical at work or working remotely are not, are non-significant drivers of, you know, achievement of objective or goals or accomplishment of task. What am I saying? What I'm saying is being physical at work, working remotely, do not have significant effect on you know, kind of accomplishment and non-accomplishment of task. What do I mean? It should be based on how the employees want it. If we should give options, we should be flexible. Embrace Organizations should embrace flexi work arrangement. That is the main point I am trying to make. That is, so number two, because this way, enhances work-life balance. And two, workplace culture. The culture of the organization is a big determinant, is a significant or critical determinant of turnover rate. So organization with bad culture, definitely people will be, will get fed up and they can leave if they have better opportunity. So a culture is all about the company policies, the company practices, the company's rules and regulation, and meetings. In short, culture is all about the way of life at an organization, the way an organization does its operation. Every aspect of organizational activities, organizational functions, organizational operations is culture. So culture embodies all these activities, operations, meetings, rules and regulation, code of conduct, dressing code, and so on. So good learning culture, you know, learning culture, innovation driven culture, these are, good culture that can encourage, employees to remain in the organization, not looking out for better opportunity. This can retain the employee. So another factors that can affect, employee turnover is inadequate compensation and benefit. This is common. You know, employees will always go for a company that has better, compensation. So let's quickly go. So AI in the workplace. I would not, because of our time, so I would quickly just say, AI is a tool. AI is part of technology advancement. So AI is a tool, is an equipment that can be used by talent. So it can never replace, human being. How? I will give you just one example or more than that, or two, one or two examples. For example, banks all over the world, they are now, adopting AI chatbots, for example, in their customer service. So if you call a bank, so this AI chatbot will answer you, how may I help you, this and that. But it's limited in capacity because AI is about, garbage in, garbage out. AI is being programmed and it can never go outside. That is, it cannot think, outside the box. It cannot go outside what is being programmed in it. It can never go outside that. It's not flexible. It's limited. So when you are talking to chatbot, maybe you call a bank and you are talking to chatbot, you see, they will keep this chatbot will keep repeating same thing. If for example, there are several times I have called bank and the chatbot will reply me, how may I help you? I say, okay, connect me with the bank's agent or representative. I have some complex issue to discuss. Keep repeating, then you get annoyed and then you just you know disengage the call. So that is it. So many people, even in class, I have discussed it. Many people, get dissatisfied. Many people are not satisfied because of this chatbot, and rigidity and so on. So another thing is talking of classroom. So there is this kind of gesticulation, facial expression, a kind of, talk, face to face talk, a kind of, looking somebody in the eye to understand individual learners, situation and level of, learning and so on. So AI cannot do this. So this is why we say AI is limited, it's rigid, it's not flexible. It only works within the box, that is within, yeah, it only works within the, the what is programmed in it and so on. So now let's go. We already explained this human intelligence and artificial intelligence. So human capital has, emotional intelligence, which has for emotional intelligence will equip somebody. If somebody is of high emotional intelligence, is going to be a good leader. It can, enhances teamwork, team performance, and even, a kind of high performer or high performing individuals. This is what emotional intelligence does in employees. So human capital has critical thinking. It can human capital can, adapt to situation, which uh, of which all of these are lacking in artificial intelligence. So that's what I can say about that because of time. Then now, can we just do away with AI completely and not be focusing on human capital? No. So future of work, depends on, hybrid. I mean, a kind of blend of, human capital and AI. And in some industries that, especially service providing industries and than human centered or people centered industries, they will need human capital more than artificial intelligence. They will need that because, for example, look at customer service. So AI can never satisfy customers because we have different types and different levels of customers. So an AI being rigid, being working based on what is programmed in it cannot, be adaptable. So and cannot be agile, and because of that cannot satisfy all the types or levels of customers. So that is what we are seeing. So the future of work depends on human capital or human intelligence and artificial intelligence. But in many industry, human capital should be more, emphasized than AI. There will be more use of human capital or human intelligence than artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is mostly, uh, 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 you know, emphasize or is it will be needed most in, the companies dealing with manufacturing, you know manufacturing production and so on like that, because it's more of automation. So in summary, in short, future of work is based on the blend of human intelligence and artificial intelligence, but there will be more emphasis on human intelligence than AI in many industries. Okay, I already explained the limitation of AI in business. Number one, complex decision making will require human involvement, human judgment, human agility, human adaptation. Okay, then dynamic problem solving and leadership, all this requires human being and so on. So now, how human employees drive efficiency and innovations. Employees provide unique skills like negotiation, empathy, and relationship management. So, and one thing about organization is that according to system theory, organization is like a, it's like an organism. It's like a system that has components, that has elements, in which if one unit or one component or one, you know, one element in this organizational system, if one is affected, negatively affected, adversely affected, definitely it is going to affect the other element component. That is the postulation of system theory. System theory considers organization as a system, as an organism. So working, you know, based on the interaction, based on the collaboration and cooperation between the components. What are those components? These are the organizational functions that I've already explained earlier. HRM says marketing, finance, operations, IT, customer service, all of these components, they are working hand in hand. If marketing is not doing well, definitely it's going to affect the other functions or other components. If sales is going down, definitely it's going to affect the other. So that is why they say organization is like a system. So if one aspect or one component or one element or one function in the organization is hailing, definitely the other will share from the impact. So that is how human beings drive efficiency and innovation. So, and all these functions we are talking about, they are filled up by human capital. It is human capital that operates in these functions of the system. Now, companies leveraging human talent for success. We already mentioned them at the beginning of this presentation. That is, we have Netflix, we have Apple, we have Google. So, furthering the example, we have Zappos. These companies is known for customer service excellence, like Apple, due to its people first culture. Yes, so people first culture. Both the employees, the workforce, and the customers. In fact, in some research, it has been established by that it is not AI that can guarantee the customer satisfaction. It is human capital. It is the satisfaction of the employees that will, lead to customer satisfaction. If employees is motivated, if an employee is motivated, or if there is motivated workforce, definitely they will work to the best of their ability and ensure operational efficiency, which will which will consequently lead to customer satisfaction, and the end result is organizational success or performance. So Toyota is also known for automation, but it relies on employee driven innovation. So there is not going to be innovation and creativity without human being, without a motivated human being. Look at the example I, cited at the, earlier, that Google has a 20% time in which employees are given, the time, and it is flexible, the time to work on their passion, the project they are passionate about it. And one of the products or the end result of this program is this creation of Gmail and Google Maps. So what I'm trying to emphasize here is that organization can drive innovation and creativity when they motivate their employees. When they motivate their employees, some organization, they do not, they don't care. Why? Because they believe that if an employee leaves, definitely there are hundreds outside who want to join the organization. But one thing they don't know is that all these processes involve in acquiring new, or new employee, in recruiting new employee, in hiring new employee, is that number one, time, because time is a resource. Also, financial, cost to recruit, and you have to conduct orientation and induction for the new employees, and so on and so on. Even the agent fee is also there. You have to pay the government fee for recruitment and selection and so on. So all of this company do not realize that they are spending more on acquiring new employees than losing them. So this is the reason why it is advisable for the companies to imbibe all these talent management practices. It will eventually or consequently, bring back, profit, bring back, some organizational performance factors. So that is that. Okay. Now, when we say talent management, what is the cycle? Where does it start and where does it end? It starts with recruitment, identifying the right talent, the right employee for the right position, putting the round peg in the round hole, putting the right employees in the right, position. That is, it starts. Talent management starts with recruitment. It is going to be a disaster. It is going to be disastrous if the recruitment is not done well. This is one of the factors that could lead to, labor turnover. Because if you recruit a wrong person into, a wrong position, definitely either the organization is fed up, oops, either the organization is fed up or the employee is fed up and leave. So this is the reason why they said the thing is not moving. Can you see it now?
Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, yeah.
It's moving now.
So what I'm discussing now is before the interruption is talent management cycle. That is, where does it start and where does it end? From the beginning to the end, that is the talent management cycle. It starts with recruitment. So right recruitment. It is advisable for organizations to go for, selective hiring by strictly selecting the right person in the right position. Number two, training, development and training, continuous learning and upskilling. And this is much more important. Why? Because of this accelerated technological advancement. So technology is, advancing at, accelerated rate. So this will necessitate continuous learning and upskilling. Even the leaders, and this is an example of this, we can see it also in Apple and Google. They always identify key leadership behaviors that over which a training can be organized. They always organize training and development programs for their employees so that they can continue learning and they can continue learn and upskill, their knowledge, skills, and ability. The next in the cycle is retention. Retention, that is keeping top performers engaged. That is, you engage the top performer. Some people they don't like routine. That's keep working, same task over time, over months, over days, over weeks. They get bored. So that is why employ and the organization should always introduce new challenges or new challenging tasks to the employee. So the last on the cycle, the last thing on the cycle is succession planning. This is preparing, for the organizational future organizational leader. That is, there should be a kind of promotion and a kind of hierarchy and a kind of promotional program whereby the non-managerial employee will be groomed, trained, and developed to become future leader in the organization. So next, and which is the most important part of this presentation, is how do we retain talent. What are the ways of retaining talent? That is talent management strategy. How do we attract and how do we retain them? Number one, employer branding, building a reputation as a great place to work. Okay, I have personal experience on this, although I will maintain the anonymity of the organization. There's one organization where I've worked, in the past. So I had, a kind of bad experience, and and sometimes ago, one of my one somebody on LinkedIn just sent a message to me, asking me about the organization. That person was interviewed and was offered an employment in that organization uh, where I've worked previously. So he was asking me about the organization. What do I see to read? Are they good or not? And so on. He wanted my opinion regarding working in that organization. Then I gave him my honest opinion. So see, people will do background checking. They will find out about the organization where they have been offered new, job offer, where they are then given job offer. In order not to go into an organization they will, regret, in the long run. So about which they will regret in the long run. So this is very important. If you want to attract talent and you want to retain the talent, there is need to build your company's reputation, build positive reputation, build positive image. So that is one thing, one of the way of attracting talent, top talent, and retaining them. Another thing is competitive compensation and benefit. This is very obvious, we know that. Offering work-life balance, that is being flexible, you know Apple, I think it's Apple, they have, it's Google, they have wellness program for their employees. So they should give the employee opportunity of maintaining the work with life, especially those who have family. So these are the good, this is also a good factor. Flexibility, career development, or professional, development opportunity. So these are the competitive compensation and benefits. Google was able to attract top talent through innovation hubs, high salaries, and professional development programs. Now, another way of attracting and retaining top talent is employee development and upskilling, lifelong learning. Companies that invest in training retain talent longer. Yeah. And mentorship program, providing career growth guidance. And for example, IBM was able to retain employees in AI and cloud computing to stay ahead of industry changes. You see, so this is one of the competitive advantage IBM has over the competitors. Now, retention and employee engagement. So workplace culture, that is psychological safety, inclusivity, and engagement matter. These are, you know, the motivation of employees, depends on inclusivity. Let me say organizational culture or corporate culture. So this culture, like I said earlier, culture embodies so many things in the organization. In fact, in my own definition of culture, it is just organization itself, because culture embodies everything in the organization. And I want to put it in my own words. I would say culture is the way company operates. And company operates based on the codes, rules and regulation, ethics, organizational functions, and so on. So culture embodies all of this. So in order to have, retention, high rates of retention or high retention rate is to, you know, organization is encouraged to put in place, good culture and learning environment. I mean, learning culture, culture that encourages or stimulates innovation and creativity. So another way of retaining top talent is recognition and reward system. So when we talk of compensation, we have two types of compensation. We have monetary and non-monetary. So monetary, okay, is certain if an employees is offering, if an organization is offering competitive reward package, definitely it will attract people and it will retain people. But there's another, because going by the Abraham Maslow's theory of motivation, so that there will be some individuals employees, there will be a caliber of employees, a set of employees who are not motivated by financial reward anymore. So they will need, non-financial rewards like recognition, award givings, and so on. And even votes are very important. This financial and non-financial, you know, if you are earning high salary, we have some reports that indicate that even despite high salary and some kind of good benefit being offered by some companies, people still leave the organization. Why? Because of the other non-financial rewards. If you are given according to reports of VOP 2023, I've mentioned it earlier, people left, I think 4 million people leave their organization in a month. So, and one of the main factors that made people left their organization is because of lack of being acknowledged. Sometimes and another factor mentioned in that report is that the leadership disrespect. That is, their managers are disrespectful. They do not recognize them. They did not, recognize and acknowledge their achievement. They were not appreciated. So that is one of the factors that made some Americans, leave their companies. So this is emphasizing the importance of non-financial rewards by acknowledging, appreciating, awarding accomplishment of the employees. So Microsoft leadership, give priority to employees' well-being, and which leads to high retention rate. Now, we already explained this. Leadership plays a significant role in talent management or in enhancing retention rate. So like I said, Americans left their companies because of leadership disrespect. That is because of the failure of leadership to acknowledge them, to recognize them, and so on. So leaders shape company culture and employee motivation, and transformational leadership model inspires and encourages and empowers employees to exceed expectation. So Satya Nadella's leadership at Microsoft led to a culture shift driving innovation and collaboration. So, for few minutes that I have, I will quickly discuss uh, the few points that remain. The future of talent management, hybrid. Yeah, this has been, been emphasized. This has been discussed all over, since post COVID-19 period. So the future of work blends remote and in-office operations. So diversity, equity, and inclusion. So is also very important. So inclusive workplaces lead to better business outcome because now the world is a global village. So companies are operating online, and there's these transnational companies, spreading all over the world. So there will be need for global recruitment, and it's now common to have workforce comprised of people from different backgrounds. So diversity and inclusion is also part of the future of talent management. So AI enhanced HR, AI driven analytics for better decision making. This is also part of the future of talent management. Okay, summary. People remain a business's greatest asset despite advancement in AI. One point. Another point is strategic talent management leads to long-term business success. And the third point is the future of HR will be human AI collaboration, not replacement. So this is the summary of what we have discussed so far. So uh, that's what I have for you today. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ianda, for this
Yeah.
very informative session today.
Yeah.
I think you covered all of the important parts, let's say, or all of the questions that we had for the students' mind. But
Yeah.
we have a couple of questions here. So there is
Okay.
Malik. Malik is asking, with the rise of remote and hybrid work models, how can businesses maintain employee engagement and strong company culture?
Thank you so much. This is not far-fetched. This is very easy. Number one, setting deadlines, setting the task. You know, if you want people to be more engaged, and if you want people to to maintain good culture, number one, you must have clear communication or open communication. Another thing is you should distribute task, clear distribution of tasks. That is, you should give, okay, Mr. Ahmed, for this week, for this month, for the half of a year, for this whole year, these are the tasks given to you. So, giving task, distribution of task with deadlines, because a goal set without deadline is fantasy. You have to, if you want that, you have to set, you know task. You have to distribute that task and then set deadline or time frame for every task, and then performance. I've said clear and open communication, clear rules and regulation. Three, distribution of task and setting time frame for task. And five, performance evaluation. Performance evaluation connected with reward. So this way, if hybrid or whatever it is, in office operation or remote or hybrid, this will enhance that arrangement.
Thank you very much for your answer. We have another question from Prakash. Prakash is
Mm.
asking, what role does emotional intelligence play in the future of work, and how can businesses develop it within their teams?
Okay. One first thing is we have to understand what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence has to do with understanding yourself, understanding your personality, your temperament, and the rest of it. Number two, self-management. Because when you understand your temperament or your personality, you will know that you have areas of strength, you have areas of weaknesses. So if you understand this, then you are going to work on your strength, leverage your strength, and work on strengthening your weakness. That is self management. Two. Three, understand others. Understand the personality, the temperament, and so on of others. And then learn to, cope, cooperate, and interact and coexist with others at work or elsewhere. So this is emotional intelligence. So now emotional intelligence is going to, groom and provide, conducive environment for effective leadership. Is going to provide, encouraging and conducive environment for teamwork because organization, depend success of organization depend on teamwork, like I said previously, based on system theory. So, and also having, active and high performing individual. So these are the three things emotional intelligence, does. And the future of work depend on this. Even if remotely, if in office operation, all of this requires effective leadership, good culture, and team performance and teamwork. So the future of work, whichever it is, remote or hybrid or in office, depends on effective leadership, teamwork, team performance, and high performing individual. So, and this could be achieved through emotional intelligence.
That's a very great answer. Thank you very much, Doctor. We're going only to have one more last questions because we're very short on time. We have a
Okay.
questions here from Abdullah. Abdullah is asking, how can smaller companies with limited resources compete with large corporations in attracting and retaining top talent?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, like I said previously, there are many practices and there are many strategies a company can use, be it large, be it a small size or medium size. These are the that they can use or adopt to attract and retain talent. Okay, the difference between small size or medium size and large organization is it could be the abundance of resources, most especially financial resources and so on. But there are other practices and there are other strategies, the even the small size or medium size company can outsmart, can, compete favorably against large company. For example, good culture. Culture is one of, I told you about the Americans,
Mm,
regardless of whether they're big or small, they are leaving their organization because of poor culture, you know, connected with bad leadership, leadership not recognizing, appreciating their employees. So not everybody is looking for money. Some people do not
mm,
care about money. They care about the culture. They care about the behavior. Even I was teaching my class, yeah, last week, and I asked them their experience at work, and they were telling me that some people, one of the student told me she does not like to go to work because of the peer behavior, that is the behavior of her colleagues at work. So culture is number one that companies, small or medium, can leverage on to compete favorably against large company. Culture. Two, training and development, engagement, employee engagement, and then non-financial rewards. So all these points, small or medium company can leverage on them to beat or compete favorably against the big companies. Yeah, that is it.
Yes. Thank you very much, Doctor. I think this will be all for the question and answer session. Would you like to end up your session?
Yes, so
Mm.
that is it. That's what I have today. Thank you for your time and patience. See you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yanda, for your time and for the explanation. It was a very good session, very informative one. And for all of the attendees, thank you very much for attending this session today. Apologies that we couldn't actually answer all of your questions due to the shortage of time that we had, but we will leave our informations and our details. You can reach out to us anytime through a call, through an email, through a WhatsApp message as well. I will leave our contact details also as well in the chat. And here at GPS Dubai, we offer a variety of courses. So we offer programs, higher national diplomas from Pearson in business, in IT, in digital technologies, in construction, and in healthcare as well. Also, we do offer tuition and studies for the ACCA and preparation for the exams as well. We offer a variety of courses here at GPS Dubai. We are located in Dubai Knowledge Village or Dubai Knowledge Park, which is the educational hub of the entire UAE. So, if you have any questions, if you thinking about starting your career, thinking about pursuing your educational journey, kindly reach out to us for an inquiry. My name is Muntasir. I have my email and contact details as well. If you have any questions, anything, just reach out to us. Thank you very much for attending our session today. I'm wishing you a lovely day, guys. Thank you, everyone.